so the questions that I had for the last 3 years is, what are the benefits of attending a lecture? What can we do? What can I do to add value to students' experience when they come to a lab lecture, when they choose to pay money for transport, when they choose to find time to come? What do I actually give them for that? And hence, this CLeaR fellowship was my chance to actually focus, concentrate, do something about it. And this is what I will tell you what's happening. One way to improve lecture attendance is perhaps introduce some entertainment component, right? This could be us going to work, right? That will surely add something, perhaps. Right? Some of us are trained service professionals. We have cycles on desktops, and I'm sure that adds value to student experience. He tried to teach me how to juggle. I'm still learning. It's been a while. It's not my talent, so I'm giving up. But yeah, but yes, yeah, got me thinking. I actually had a costume I was asked to dress up for a party recently. I've got a costume. I know people who have costumes, so perhaps that could be me getting ready to lecture, especially if I'm looking out with this. So if you need a costume like this, ask me. So that's one issue. What can we do? The other issue I have is that the students are engaged with my course, but inconsistently. And I will describe what I'm dealing with. So I'm the course coordinator for our largest stage 2 mathematics course called Maths 208. It is a service course. It serves to other faculties, business school, other science faculties. I'm teaching mathematics to students from many different corners of this university. Okay. Content is really broad. It covers calculus to linear algebra to and introduction to differential equations. It's absolute chocker. It's just really content dense, and it's probably one of our densest courses due to the service course. That's what we have to deliver. Enrollment numbers, depending on the semester, in about 400 to 550 students. So it's a multi-stream course, and quite often involves many different lecturers teaching at different times, different streams. Course structure, 3 lectures per week, so that's live lectures, plus one small group tutorial, small group classes, good class students, and which is not assessed on content knowledge, just to show up, to get a mark. And 3 assignments, that's all we could afford, because the assignments are written and have to input markers to mark, we know the scriptures engineering, and the mid-semester testing exams. So that's all we have. Inconsistent engagement comes from the fact that those 3 assignments are spread through the semester. So what tends to happen is that students would not do anything unless the assignment is due, and that's probably 3-4 days before the assignment is due. They will actually open the course book and go revise and try to think, oh, what have we done? But that's already 3 weeks of material. And mathematics, learning mathematics, it's analogous to building a tower of blocks. You put one on top of the other, you can't really skip a block. The whole thing collapses. It's particularly, this analogy is very strong for mathematics in particular. You just can't skip a break. The new notation, all these little symbols. If you come to a lecture and you haven't been to previous lecture, nothing would make sense. You're wasting your time as a student. And I'm wasting my time trying to teach you if you haven't been to the previous lecture or haven't seen the lecture recording. So that's probably my biggest issue, is this inconsistent engagement with the material. And the third issue I was trying to address with my CLeaR fellowship is, when I come to a lecture, what I do, I don't really know what they've been doing. It will take me 3 weeks plus to get the feedback from my markers to understand where things are. What? What do you know? What do you know? And I would look in their faces, and I use analytics called facial expressions. Sometimes when they did a note in the beginning of the semester, okay, I ask questions, they reply, I give them chocolates, but as things get tougher and the material piles up, and they've got other stuff that's going on, they are grumpy ass. So I sit and look, but I'm not getting anything from them. I thought they do not tell me that they know all the blocks, they're already good at blocks. I can't put another one on top, they're not telling me this. So what happens, I usually spend first 10 minutes of my lecture playing this game, and then if they win, I just give up and I do a revision of the previous lecture. And that takes 10 minutes off. Because I can't, what can I do? They tell me I don't understand, I don't know, what can I do? And so that's a lot of wasted time, perhaps. So pre-tech analytics, yeah, nice. Very reliable. So those are the three issues I was trying to address with my pre-fellowship. And so what did I do? I used a theoretical foundation for this approach. It's called just-in-time teaching. It is an approach developed for over 20 years by Gregor Novak. And originally he was at Purdue, Indianapolis, and then United States Air Force Academy. I had the pleasure of meeting him last year in Melbourne and attended his wonderful workshop. That's where these ideas came from. I went to Soto conference. And so I'll skip that. What did I do? Using these ideas, I developed a bunch of Canvas quizzes. And I have to say, thank goodness that we had Canvas. At that time when I was starting my PA fellowship, that was a really lucky occasion because Canvas is very user-friendly when it comes to setting up quizzes. I didn't have to look at any tutorials. Lee was saying to me, did you watch a video on how to set up this? I said, I didn't even know it was a video. I just did it. It's very easy. You start doing it and it takes LaTeX input for math, physics, statistician people. You can input your symbolic notation very easily. So what I did, set up about 32 quizzes to be taken by students before every single lecture. So before they show up for a lecture, that minute that the lecture starts, the quiz finishes. And each quiz is short in nature, just 2 questions, assessing the 2 main points from the previous lecture only. So very simple structure, easy to commit and implement. And the best 28 out of 32 scores would be taken and contributed to 7% of the final grade. Why 28 out of 32? Someone gave me good advice, and it was just saving so much time. It's basically to cover up all the sicknesses and all the things, so students can miss a week and a half almost, and without being penalized for that, and that worked really well. Here's a question, quiz for you. If each quiz is worth 0.25% of the final grade, what percentage of students do you think completed each quiz? So I looked at the data for all 52 quizzes, and these are the bands. So which band do you think? B. Okay, I'll take a show of hands. Who thinks it's A? No one. B. B. More voices, I heard. C. D. E. Right. And F? Yeah, E, you guys, majority of answers were E. Yes, so I was actually gobsmacked to find that out. It is impressive that band is very, including all the last quizzes, so the 81% was for the very last quiz. So that's very promising. For 7% of the final grade, they decided that this is worth of their time. They decided they're going to do So what I see before every lecture, I just quickly press one button and it tells me analytics of the quiz completed. It's so fast, so efficient. I can do it on my mobile phone before lecture. And what I see usually is that 80-90% of students answered this question correctly. And I know that they know what I taught them in the previous lecture. So I don't need to spend any time with revision. I don't need to play that game anymore because I know that analytics. And so that's just numbers. So to make the most out of my CLeaR fellowship, for the benefit of this whole project, I set it up properly as an educational research project. It took a little bit of effort and a little bit of establishing contacts with experts, and I found the right people, and this is how I set it up. Design-based methodology. First cycle of this process is just what's happening here, and I intend to take it further and sort of evolve this process. And with the aims and goals, develop a framework for effective teaching. Julia Nova came on board. She's done all stats, processing statistics. And Barbara is sitting over there, Barbara Kristina from CLeaR, and she is joining this project. So, and original consultation was provided by Karen. Research hypothesis very quickly. The quiz will have a positive impact on student learning. And as a side effect, I thought that will actually affect lecture attendance. And the main driver for this is that it's simply more efficient for students to come to a live lecture because they know that they will be assessed on this material within a very short time frame. And so we did it properly. We've got ethics approval through for collection of data using surveys, focus groups, and interviewing the related principal tutor for the course who was being involved in the course of the previous semesters. So we did all that. So I wanted to draw your attention to the following data. So we asked these three questions. In the previous mathematics course, which is a prerequisite, how many lectures did you attend? And then in this course, how many lectures did you attend? And the fourth question on the questionnaire, this is the data that I will present next. Did the pre-lecture quizzes affect your attendance? And effective quizzes on increased attendance. And I split it up according to different grade bands. So C grade students, so that's C minus C and C plus students. Those are the grades from the previous mathematics course only. The attendance that they are self-reporting is improved by 20%. Now, B grade is remarkably 36%. That's the biggest impact that had on them, and 23% grade. I felt really good when I saw this data. It actually exceeded my expectations, I have to say. Right. The other data I want to draw your attention to is what did students think? How did it contribute to the understanding of the material? And as I expected, they thought, yes, it has contributed to the improved understanding. And the voices of students that Barbara was running focus groups and other comments. So overall, this is a representative student vote because we were useful, because we know what happened before. Yeah, our blocks. Yes, that's what they say. Yeah. And so overall summary of my CLeaR fellowship experience, which I'm really grateful. I don't think I would have time and focus and resources allocated to me to do that because it was an undertaking. With the ethics approval, with the development of quizzes, it took a lot of effort. But being a CLeaR fellow made it all worthwhile. For students, increased attendance rates, improved engagement, staying on top of the material, notation, terminology. And the other thing I didn't mention is that because I had this extra 10 minutes now, instead of spending on the revision, now I can use active learning methods, small groups, And that's where the value is in attending live lectures. I believe that's in the future of combining a real lecture and a lecture with active learning. That's where you'll come for group work, talking and working with other students. For teachers, reliable insights before lecture, save time, and ability to incorporate active learning into your lectures. And I believe so. This is the way of the future. We should think about along those lines, or else we might just go home and watch the lectures ourselves. And yeah, if 30% mission impossible, well, possible without the use of the guns.